Keep thinking she's up. Welcome to our practice, our third week of back strength. So this one is all about the upper back. So we'll strengthen more between the shoulders and we'll stretch across the chest, and then we'll stretch the back a lot at the end. We'll start seated, close our eyes, relax into our easy seated position, or you could always be on a chair or something like that if that feels better. Closing our eyes and anchoring through our sit bones. So try to find a nice good connection, even if that means rocking side to side or shifting forward and back until we find that nice feeling. Relaxing the shoulders, the jaw. Letting go of our morning. And when we're ready, we'll start our seated warm-up. Breathing in, reaching up to the sun. Breathing out, bringing our hands back towards the earth. We'll do that again a few more times, flowing with your breath. Reaching up on the inhale, reaching back down on the exhale. You can breathe in and out through the mouth if that feels nice for you. And when you're ready, we'll start a little tip over to one side, whichever side feels good for you. Moving side to side each time, coming back to the center, both arms reaching up and lengthening, and then exhale, tipping over to one side. All on your own. Make sure Stella's not stuck anywhere. All right, let's turn this into a twist. Inhale, reach up or open, and then twist over to one side. Reach up or open and twist over to the other side. We want to keep our belly button facing towards the front of our mat and twist from above. Last flow. One, that's the last one. And then we'll come to a neutral spine or reach our elbows in towards our chest or into our obliques, and then reach out and then back in. So as we reach out, our core is engaged. We're breathing in or breathing out on the way out. Depends on how that feels for your back. Feel the breath. And then we'll go up a little bit higher, reaching up, and then drawing those elbows back down towards the rib cage. Inhale up. Exhale, bring it down. And as we move through this a few more times, think of the head peeking up, lengthening that neck each and every time that we're drawing our elbows down. Last two here. We'll hold up in a seated extended mountain, engage the core, and then bring our hands back behind our head, tipping over to one side, anchoring through our feet, all the way back up over to the other side. Let's do that one a couple more times. One side, lengthening each time. Wonderful. Our easy seat, we'll reach our right arm up and our left hand over to our right knee, and then tip our left shoulder towards your left knee. Breathe. We'll come up with that right hand leading us up and then back behind us for a twist. Holding and breathing. We'll come back to center, reaching our left hand up. Right hand over to the left knee, and we'll tip over. Oh, that feels really good. We'll come back up, lengthen again, and then take the hand back behind us for a twist. One more big breath, both hands reach up. Our hands will come back behind us. We'll open up our chest and take a little dive forward with your hands staying back, or you can bring your hands to your heart. All right, lifting up the torso again, a really long warm up for our back. Exhaling into a seated cat. Inhaling, opening up into cow. Let's do about 5, could be 10, depending on how your breath is going today, how fast or how slow. Great job. Finding a neutral spine again. Clasping our hands together, reaching them up. Bringing the hands back behind the head. And now our right elbow towards our left knee. We'll come back up, reach up, clasp our hands together. Exhale, bring them back behind us. And then twisting over, left elbow towards right knee. Great job. Let's take a big breath up. Hands come back behind us again. And either tip forward with or without our hands back behind us. We rise back up, hands come back behind our head. We'll tip over to one side and then roll towards the front as we open up here and come back up. Tipping over, a little roll, open up and lead. So right now we're mostly going to one side and then we'll go the other way. Great job. Oh my gosh, my upper back feels amazing right already. Last one, other way. So we tip this way, then a little reach forward, and then that open up that elbow again, and we come up, tip over, a little tip forward, and then that elbow brings us back up. Keep the core strong. Making sure to listen to the body. If something doesn't feel good today, pulling back. This is our last little bit of our warm up. Use your obliques, use your belly. One last time, hands come back behind us, open up. And we'll take our dive forward with or without our hands clasped or in front of us. Amazing job, right to all fours. Wonderful seated warm up. Finding some space between our fingers, some space between our knees. We want to press not only into the base of our hands, but into our knuckles and maybe even into the tips of our fingers. Moving through cat and cow now. Your upper body already fairly warm. So start to focus in on the hips now, on the lower back. Last one. We'll move into a full plank. Take your time. Our gaze in between our hands, maybe slightly in front. We've got our full 5 toes on the mat if possible. Stretching our feet. Coming down onto our forearms. You can have your knees down if this feels better. We'll be doing some hip drops. So taking our left side of our hip down to the mat. Making a half circle, coming back up and over to the other side. So lift, make that circle, tap side to side, lift a little circle. Imagine someone's got a hold of the back of your pants. They're lifting you up to make a little half moon. Core waking up. I'm still sore from Pilates on Saturday. Last one, down to Sphinx pose. Drop the belly, widen through the chest, breathe in. A little warming for our Sphinx pose. Staying here right now, we're looking at our hands. Now we're going to drop around our shoulders out, lift our belly, look back at our kneecaps. Back to Sphinx, breathe in, breathe out, lift, engage the core, belly button to spine, inhale back to Sphinx. Exhale, lift, engage. Let's do 3 or 4 more of these or take a rest. Last one. We'll bring our hands back underneath our shoulders, push up to all fours. And now switch our hands, one on one side, one on the other. We'll try our cat and cow with the twisted arms. Exhaling cat, inhaling cow. Let's do 5 with the one arm in front, and then we'll switch. Whenever you've got 4 or 5 in, you'll switch. That other hand in front. Great job. You can take a rest now in child's pose if you're taking care of your shoulders, or move up into downward dog if that feels a little bit nicer for you, pedaling the feet. So child's pose, downward dog, or all fours. Dispersing the weight into our full hands, bending our knees as we start to warm up our hamstrings, pedaling the feet. If you're doing down dog. Wherever we are, we'll inhale back to all fours. Draw those hands back underneath the shoulders, and our spinal balance will begin. One arm forward and the opposite foot back, moving side to side, reaching long through the heel, keeping our core strong. Great work. A really nice warm up. Haven't even gotten to our sun salutations today yet. Last one. Wide leg child's pose. Or you could do a wide leg downward dog. If you want to have a little bit more space between your feet, you can try that on. Or downward dog, child's pose, long space between the knees. Massaging our forehead either on our block, our mat. Let go of your morning. We'll keep our hips back towards our heels, lift our chest, and bring our left hand kind of more toward us to hold us up. Our right hand goes back behind us for a twist. Breathe. Other side. So one hand anchoring, engaging, and then we open up. Oh, I just realized I didn't braid my hair yet. Oopsies. All right, we bring our forearms in front of us. Walk our toes up. We're moving into some somewhat gentle dolphin push-ups to strengthen our upper body. So right now we've got our backside high, and we're most likely looking back at our toes. Now we'll come forward just a little bit. So shift the shoulders forward, look in between the hands, and then go back to dolphin. Forward and back. You can have your feet as close as you want to your elbows. The higher your hips are in that dolphin, the more weight that you have coming down into the shoulders. Core is locked on. Last one. Child's pose or downward dog. Check in with your shoulders. You can make some wrist circles. If you're in child's pose, you can give the back of your neck a little massage. All right, we'll be gazing up between the hands. Let's bring our left foot up between them. Shift the hip down at first. Our hands come back behind our head. And as we rise up, we tuck our chin towards our chest. And then we come back down, hip goes forward, and we open the chest. Exhale, we press up, a little bit of a tuck of the chin. Let's do 2 more on this side. And then we'll be switching sides. I'm going to frame that front foot, sweep the knee back. So when we're down in our hip flexor stretch, when that left hip is forward, we're lifted. And then as we lift up and stack the hip on top of the knee, we can have a little tip forward. Inhaling and opening, expanding, exhaling, engaging and tucking. Great job. This is the last one. We'll keep our hips up and bring the left hand forward, right hand back for a twist, or knee and low back. I realized we didn't do it on the other side. So let's go back to that left foot in front so we're not off balance. So instead of that deep dive into the hip flexor, we're up tall and we've got our twist. The core is strong enough, so if you're taking care of that back, just put your hand on your lower back. All right, we'll untwist, frame the front foot, lift the back knee up into a crescent lunge with cactus arms. We rise up because we'll be adding cactus arms today to our sun salutations. All right, frame the foot, step it back, other foot will come forward for our cactus arms. And then forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Sweep all the way up to an extended mountain. Cactus arms, a little bend back. Reach back up, hands come to heart. Let's step our left foot back. We'll turn into our moonflowers and our sunflowers. Exhaling down, inhaling up. And for today's practice, really noticing the chest and the back. One way you can do that is by drawing your elbows down towards your bottom rib, or like you want to bring them into your back pockets. We can stay with our moonflower or turn it into a sunflower, but we still want to bend our knees. A couple more. Last one, reaching up into a star pose, turning our toes back towards the long edge of our mat, widening our hands and hinging halfway down. Breathe. Draw the shoulder blades together at the back. Belly button comes up towards the spine. We're pressing into both of our feet. Just see how you are doing. If we're leaning back or leaning forward, try to find somewhere in the center. Wonderful. Rise it back up. We'll make our way back up to the top of our mat. Finally, time for sun salutations. What a nice warm up. All right, come up to the tops, take your time, settle in. So we'll add that cactus arm onto our lunge this morning as we step back. Breathe in, rise up. Breathe out, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, breathe out. Right foot back. Cactus arms, we come up. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. Flow or rest, forward, halfway or all the way, up dog or cobra. Take your time going back to down dog, left foot between the hands, cactus arms. Exhaling to forward fold, halfway lift, fold again, sweep to sky. Chair pose, let's bring our hands by our sides and chair pose. Back up, inhale. Exhale to mountain. And again, inhale, reach. Exhale, dive forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. So we'll be stepping the left foot back this time. Cactus arms, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. Holding here or flowing. You can hold your plank or move through vinyasa. Meeting back in your downward dog or child's pose. Right foot up between the hands. Cactus arms, breathe in. Breathe out, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold again, exhale. Sweep all the way up, inhale. Exhale to chair, hands by our sides. And then we'll come back up and meet in mountain pose. So we've got one more on each side. You can go at your own pace or stick with me. Rise up, breathe in. Exhale, dive and lengthen our spine. Halfway lift, we inhale. Exhale, fold. Right foot back, cactus arms. Rise up, breathe in. breathe out, downward facing dog, or maybe it's child's pose, holding here or flowing into that half series forward. All the way or halfway. We'll move back into downward dog, all fours or child's pose. Left foot up between the hands. Rise to your lunge with your cactus arms. Draw the chest open. Exhale, down, forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold, breathe out. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale to chair. We're reaching down, our palms facing forward. Back up, breathe in. Exhale to mountain. We've got one more. Breathe in, reach. Breathe out, dive. Halfway up. Fold again. Left foot going back this time. Cactus arms in your lunge. Downward dog, breathing out. Great work. Holding or flowing. Choose what feels best for you. Right foot up between the hands. Cactus arms, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold. All the way up. Chair pose, wide across the chest. All the way back up. Exhale to mountain. All right, great job. Now you can grab a drink or tea or whatever you need. We're going to be moving into some lunges, wood chopper, albatross, skier, all kinds of good fun things. Okay, right foot up to the top of our mat. And we'll take our left foot back. So we're in a high lunge. Our back heel is high, our right knee is bending. And let's reach up, palms face each other at first. We check in to see how it feels to close our eyes. Check in with our ankles, our shoulders, our core, our thoughts right here. We'll stay high in our lunge today. Left arm forward, right arm back. Long lunge, or take that right hand to your lower back if it feels better that way. Back up to our high lunge. And a hinge forward, palms face the floor. We're reaching back for our back heel while our chest is open. Our neck is long, our right glute getting really strong. We'll step to chair with wide feet. If you need to take a little rest, straighten out that leg. We come down into chair with wide feet. Let's bring our hands, clasp them together. And if it feels okay, we come right down, thumbs or knuckles to the mat. And we rise up. This is our wood chopper. We rise up, go back down. Sitting right deep into your squat. Well, yeah, as far as you can get down into your squat, yeah. Yes, exactly. That's exactly right. And then up and down. So again, if you're taking care of your knees, you wouldn't want to go down too far. If your knees are feeling good, we come down. We'll hold it up. Bring our arms apart. Let's turn our toes more towards. You might want to take a little bit, you might want to go long so that you can have a little bit more space between your feet. And we hinge down into albatross. So in bear pose, we have our knees more together and we're resting our belly and our thighs. On albatross, we're here and we can almost feel that tension between the shoulder blades as we draw our arms up a little higher. Breathe. Press into both feet. Rise up, inhale. We'll bring our hands back up. Feet come a little bit closer. Bring them back behind us. And now we go into skier's pose. So hands back and we bend. Looking forward. So it's like a chair with chest expansion, only a little lean forward. We want to keep some of the weight back in our heels. Breathe. Amazing. Forward fold. Let the head go, let the hands go. We can stay here and take a rest or jump back to chaturanga or plank. Hold or flow down into one vinyasa. Meeting back in our down dog. And this time bringing the left foot up between the hands, back heel high, rise up into our lunge, inhale, sinking into our legs. Breathe. Closing our eyes, checking in. Our right hand going forward, our left arm sweeping back for a twist. Sinking into the support of the legs. A few more breaths. Then we're back to our regular lunge, rising up, arms up. Just a breath there, and then we hinge and look in front of our front toe, reach back. Got some tension between the shoulder blades, like we're holding something between the shoulder blades. Bar of soap or donut or toonie or whatever wants to picture for you. Stepping to forward fold. I'll give our quads a break before we go into our wood chopper. All right, so there's not a ton of space for wood chopper, just like your garland squat would need. We come down, palms come together, press into both feet and come up. Flow all on your own. Oh, Carolyn, we know what we should have done is got you that big black round mat when there's just one person, then you can use the big guy. Last one. We'll rise up. Let's turn towards the long edge, find more space between our feet, open up our wings, bend our knees, and hinge forward into Albatross, drawing the shoulder blades closer together. Our core is engaged, our pelvic floor is strong, our feet are feeling the connection to Mother Earth. We're feeling the air in our lungs because we can still breathe. Straightening out. I'm sure maybe some of you can hold that a little bit longer, but I can't today. Let's bring our feet a little bit closer. Face the mat again, hands come back, chest opens, and we're into skier. So the knees are bending. Get our hands reaching back, our head reaching forward, anchored to our feet. Amazing. This is a great flow. It looks so good on paper and it's even better physically. All right, let's come up. Give your wrists a little break. So we have eagle pose. If you wanted to use a block for your supporting foot, you could. It would go underneath. Okay. So let's start by taking our right foot around and trying to spring our knee just slightly up. And maybe our toe comes back behind our heel, or you're resting it on a chair, a block, or you're just squeezing. So our right knee's on top. Let's bring our right elbow in front and then sweep our left one under. You can sink down as much as you want to, or give yourself a hug if it feels unsteady today. Hug it out. Now we're stretching more the mid-back. Feel the space in the back of your lungs. Great job. Other side. Woo-wee. Bring it around. Sink it down. So your left knee's most likely on top, left elbow. Bring that right one under. We can sink down or give yourself a little hug. Breathe. Awesome. Mountain pose. Take a little break, have a little drink if you've got one. I'm going to go through a few goddess poses. So we're meeting in our goddess pose. So let's take your left foot back. So you're facing the windows or facing me. Our toes are slightly out, and we'll come down into goddess with hands on thighs. Checking in, you can transfer some weight side to side, see how it feels, and then press into both feet. Lift the heart. Bring palms together at the top. And hinge forward. I do believe this is horse pose. We'll bring hands to knees now. Taking a little break. And then hands to floor, still our knees are bent. We straighten and come up, hands come together. Ah. And again, bend our knees, they go towards the middle of our feet. We'll bring hands to heart first. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, hands to knees. Exhale, hands to floor. Inhale, straighten legs, reach up. Hands to heart. That is a lovely little flow. I'm going to add that into our regular practice. Okay, come up to the tops of our mat. Let's bring our hands to our shoulders. Lift our elbows up and then elbows together, elbows apart. We'll be heading down onto the floor here in a minute. We're just getting the blood pressure back to normal. Actually, no, we won't. This is a good class. All right, right foot forward, left foot back, right into humble warrior. So right foot forward, left foot back, heel down in the back, bend the right knee, and we bow directly down into humble warrior this morning. Breathe, feel, listen. We'll frame our front foot. So that's most likely your right foot, and lift your left heel up off the mat. Bring the right hand in front of the right foot, straightening out that right leg, and we're reaching back for our left foot. Yeah, like a dancer's pose with hand down. Oh, that is hard. Let's start it up top. Oh, you've got it, Carolyn. So if you can't quite get there and from that way, go into your regular dancer and then hinge down, hand to floor. Let's rise all the way up and sweep that left foot through, pointing and flexing our foot. And then if you'd like to, holding there and bringing our hands reverse prayer back behind us, opening across the chest. Amazing. Let that foot go back. Our right foot will go back. Our hands clasp behind us now. We bend our left knee right down into our humble warrior on this side. Breathe. So if it doesn't feel nice, those hands clasp, you could have your hands on your hips or on your front knee. So the next pose is that dancer's pose with the left hand down. If you can't get there from this direction, no big deal. Come up and make your way into it. And then your hinge. A block would be helpful here. I should have grabbed one. We'll slowly rise up with a strong core, release that foot, bring it through. Reverse prayer. So reverse prayer doesn't feel good. You can always just hold on to your forearms. Let's bend and flex. And then hold. I promise you we're going down now. Okay, forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, hop, step, or jump back to your plank position. Disperse the weight. Breathe. We're holding our plank here. It could be a kneeling plank, a forearm plank. Just starting to notice again our breath in the body. Wonderful. Knees come down. We're into a boat pose with cactus arms today. We can flow our arms or not flow our arms. We can have our feet down or our feet up. So they're either down, we lift up into our boat, sink back, or they're up. We'll have our arms up and then cactus, up and down. You can close your eyes or keep them open. Make any adjustments to feel good. Notice those shoulder blades coming together. And we'll hold our cactus arms here. Bring our elbows right up towards our shoulder height. Find some space between our fingers. Breathe. Feels good. All right, forearms come down, feet come down. We're opening up into a supported fish, opening up across the chest, pressing into our full hands, our elbows, and feeling the chest expand. So right now our chin might be off the chest, looking up at the ceiling. And now we'll round our back more into a cat back, bring our chin to chest, and then open up again. Flow through those two. You're taking care of your neck. You can keep your chin right where it is and focus more on the opening and closing of the chest. Amazing job. Okay. We'll hold that fish pose again if it feels nice. You could have your head back on a couple blocks or a pillow if you're at home. We'll tuck our chin in first. Engage the core, press into our hands. Bend our right knee, your left knee, I mean, and sweep this right foot back. So not quite into pigeon. Today we're going into swan. So instead of this knee being over here on your left corner of your mat, you're bringing it over to the center or over to the side. And then we move into sleeping swan. When we come back, we can bring this right hand down. Forearms, you could be on a block. I'm a little bit twisted. Oh, sleeping swan. You can adjust your legs however you want to feel good. That top of the foot could be down. Knee could be down, or you could be more on the side of your backside. Oh, feels really good for the outside of your hip. This stretch might be selfishly just for me today. Yeah. Amazing. So we'll do our sweeping swan on the other side. We sit up and sweep around. Instead of that knee staying out, it's going to come more towards the center or over a little bit. Center's I find a little bit easier to keep that back kneecap on the mat. Then you can lay right on your leg or go over to the side. Now letting go again of any judgment today. Great job. We'll bring our hands forward, tuck our back toes. We're going right down onto our bellies into seal. So kneecaps down, toes down, hands forward into cups, cup hands. And we rise. As we rise up, we're walking our hands a little bit closer, but we're keeping them out in front of us, cup hands. Shoulders are down from the ears. So only going up as high as it feels good for you. You can come down into forearms for Sphinx if you'd like. But hey, we're stretching and strengthening our hands right now, our fingers, our wrists. And release. Hands come back behind us, palms face the floor. And we rise up into locust, kneecaps come off. We're reaching, actively reaching back for our heels. Now let's take our hands out a little bit wider and our feet. Bring them back. And slowly lower. You can bring your hands in front of your face if you want to, or just rest your forehead down on the mat. I'm going to do that little flow one more time. Coming up into our regular locust, kneecaps off, chest up, hands reach back. Find a few breaths here. Then we open out a little bit wider. We'll come in and slowly lower down. Oh, take a rest. Let your spine sink into your belly, your shoulder blades, into your chest. So I have two options for our next pose. I don't know what I was thinking with this next one. It looks really hard. Okay, so we come into, it's a wide leg, four-limb staff pose. So we got space between our feet, toes down. We'll draw our elbows up and lift up and just hang out here. So it's like our chaturanga with wide feet. Oh man, is that a challenge? But I'll tell you what's, it looks, oh no, it looked like they had one foot up in that picture and I knew they couldn't do it. So it's just that. Oh, come down. All right, we'll keep our elbows back and lift our kneecaps up this time. Really think of drawing those elbows in around the rib cage. Breathe. Like you're trying to hold on to beach ball between your elbows. Maybe a smaller beach ball between your knees. We're almost there. Press the earth away, wide leg or regular child's pose. That upper back has gotten lots of love today. If you'd like to give it a little more rest here, we can bring our hands back towards our heels. That depends on how your neck feels in this pose. It might feel nice to be on a block or the side of the face or chin, tucked in, forehead down. All right, we'll be making our way to all fours and then just right onto our backs. We're going to do some eagle crunches after we roll out our back a little bit. So take your time getting down there. So we did eagle already today where we had one knee crossed on the other. We'll just rock out our back first. You can lift up your lower body so that it brings more weight into the upper body. All right, some eagle crunches. Let's cross our right knee over top of our left knee. Maybe you bring your foot underneath. Both of the knees are bent. Then our right elbow on top of our left elbow. You can do eagle arms or give yourself a hug. And we'll crunch up, bringing our knees towards our elbows. Up and down. So it's like a stretch and a strengthen all in one. We're working towards 8 to 12 on one side. Make sure you can breathe. You could even tap toes down, fingers down to extend it and come up. That should be around 8 or 12 on that side. We'll switch. Switch the elbows, either hug or your eagle arms. And then we'll start those crunches on the other side. Maybe you've got your extension. Oh, those are amazing. Oh, let's aim for 5, 4, 3, 2, and take a long stretch, fingertips to toes. Lots of length, reach long. take some big breaths in. Great job today. We're almost to Shavasana. We've got a couple more things to do, like a bridge pose. So for today's bridge pose, once we get up there, we'll have an option to take your right foot onto your left knee. So it's kind of working you towards that release of the foot coming up, or you're in a regular bridge. Not sure what song this is. It's got the F word in it though. Wonder if one of my kids put that on there. It is not my type of tune. What was that? I wonder if downstairs is playing their music on my speaker. Hey, let's switch sides. Because that's definitely not my song. All right, so you've got your bridge on the other side, maybe your foot on top. And then a treat today, if anybody likes wheel, come down. And if you want to work on your wheel pose today, I find wheel really challenging. So if anyone, there's a few different ways you could try them at home, doing it on your wall and things like that. You could put blocks underneath your hands so that you start to lift up, but we want to take some weight into the feet and make sure that we're breathing. It's a very challenging pose. I'll try it, but maybe after all this back strength we've gained this month. So you want to press into your feet really strong and lift. Oh, maybe a little bit. Can't even get my head up. Let us know how you're doing, Marla. Oh, a little bit. Oh, then I gotta come back. Okay, roll it out. Amazing job. Roll those knees into chest. Definitely feel that wheel in the back. More so for me in the mid back. I don't know about you too, but. All right, let's take our elbows, our arms out wide, palms up, and the knees to 90 degrees. And drop them over to one side. Release tension in the back, wring it out. Incredible. Softening the jaw. We worked very hard today. We'll anchor back into our shoulder blades. You can lift one knee or both knees to come back to center. And slowly drop over to the other side, still anchoring the shoulder blades. You can look back down your back hands. So you're there for a good 10 breaths at least. And then today's pose, if you'd like to, I'll grab you a couple blocks. Carolyn will do our fish pose with blocks if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Pardon? Okay, perfect. So if you don't need blocks, you will come back to center and then go into fish. Or you've got one block maybe between your shoulder blades. So this is where we want the stretch to be between the shoulder blades. Or maybe you have a blanket propping your shoulder blades up. Or you could be in full fish with just using how we did earlier, forearms down on the mat. You can stay in this position. So if you're using blocks or a support, you could use this for your Shavasana. Unless you wanted to use this for Shavasana, you certainly could. And just try to find a way to relax a little, feel the stretch of the chest. Taking in deep breaths. Another modification would be to bend your knees. Wonderful. And we'll make our way either staying here or rolling off our blocks, making our way into our Shavasana. You can put a block or or bolsters underneath our knees. You can move into cactus arms to stretch your chest. Anything that feels good this morning. Allow the body to start to sink down into the support of the earth. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, just staying present in our breath this morning. Practicing present moment awareness. Our mantra for today, I can send it to you later on if you want to memorize it. Breathing in, I calm the body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a beautiful moment. Breathing in, I calm the body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a beautiful moment. We can find a rhythm with that. Notice when your mind wanders, and with patience, come back to the words and the feeling of the breath in your body. Making our bodies as comfortable as possible. Having our arms resting wherever they want to rest. Feeling your body let go. And allow the floor to support you. Relax your face. Visualize today yourself standing at the sandy edge of a beautiful and expansive lake. It's bigger than you can see, going out to the horizon. The water is calm and has a golden glow. Lift one foot and dip your toes in the lake. Feel the light come into your toes as warmth. Step both feet in the shallow, clear, and luminous water, and allow the light to come into your feet and ankles, moving up your body. Feel your torso and inner organs filled with warm light. Then your arms, hands, shoulders, neck, and head filled with golden light. Feel your eyes and brain saturated with this light and fill every cell in your body. If emotions arise, let them be or allow them to move out of your body with the exhalation. Notice that this light within you has a healing feeling, a vibration. And let's stay here for a few minutes. Feel this light connecting you to the sun. Feel this light gathering at your heart center. Step out of the lake, feeling that every cell in your body has been rejuvenated this morning. And send a thought of gratefulness to the lake. And before we come out of our Shavasana, a few quotes for this day. Give yourself permission to allow this moment to be exactly as it is, and allow yourself to be exactly as you are. No rush at all. We'll bring some awareness back into our feet, our fingers and our toes, our heads, our necks. We move them side to side. We can stretch right from our fingers to our toes if that feels nice for our body and our back today. And then rolling over onto one side. Relax our shoulders down from our ears once we get up to our easy seat. Take your time. No rush at all. Let's take a deep breath in and then give ourselves a hug. So reaching for our upper back. Find that spaciousness there. Take a deep breath in. We'll bring our hands to heart center. If it feels good, a little bow towards Mother Earth, thanking her for all of the gifts today, even though they're freezing cold. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Your upper back should be feeling fabulous. Bye, Marla. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. I hope your back feels good. Let me know how you can send me a message